Yesterday was Australia's birthday. It was the anniversary of the day when 6 Australian colonies came together in a federation to form a nation, and that happened at midnight on January the 1st, 1901. So yesterday was our 125th birthday as a nation. Happy birthday, Australia. And what was done to mark our national birthday? Well, did you notice anything? Now, I deliberately didn't mention this last night because I was waiting to see if anything would be done to mark the birth of the Commonwealth of Australia. And since the day has pretty much slipped by, clearly I need to speak up. Is it possible to mark January 1st each year as Australia's birthday? As we recover from the excesses of the night before, should we switch to another national celebration? Without abandoning Australia Day on January 26th, can we add an extra little celebration on January the 1st? Now, I'm going to suggest we could and we should. It has been referred to as Federation Day, and a column under the name of our Prime Minister on Federation Day appeared in the Sydney Morning Herald, mainly about how different and cute Aussie animals are. But more is needed. What was born on January the 1st, 1901 was more than 6 colonies federating. It was a modern nation being born. And the day a nation, any nation, is born is an important day. And to ignore that date completely suggests we lack some sort of national pride or courage. Yes, I know January 1st is already a public holiday, and yes, I know it already has a name, New Year's Day, but since it is our national birthday, we shouldn't let that stop us. For a start, keep January 1st as a gazetted national public holiday, but change that gazetting so that from now on it is called Foundation Day. Now, that's an expression that was used in the early 1800s when the children of convicts, who called themselves New South Wales natives, celebrated the birth of the colony. So the name has a history, and I quite like it. Now, if you can think of something better than Foundation Day, go for it. But that's my nomination for the official name that should be given to January 1st each year. And what should be done each Foundation Day? Well, it doesn't need to be much. The big celebrations can still be held 26 days later on Australia Day, which, quite rightly, marks the big event, the arrival of Western civilization on this continent. But the day our nation, our Commonwealth, was born should not be ignored. Each January 1st, there could be, an afternoon concert free to the public on the steps of the Sydney Opera House. There could be some sort of modest official recognition of the historical significance of the day in every capital city. Newspapers could run pictorial features on our progress as a Commonwealth, you know, the sort of thing. TV stations could run Aussie movies such as Picnic at Hanging Rock or Crocodile Dundee. It doesn't need to be much, just a recognition of the day, the birthday. Last year, I coined a new word that I shared with Andrew Bolt, and Andrew told me he approved. The word is Australophile. Australophile means literally Australia lover. That is, someone who loves Australia. We need at least to take note of Foundation Day every January 1st for the sake of us Australophiles, the people who love Australia. And of course, the opposite also exists. There are Australophobes, people who hate Australia. And if we fail to mark Foundation Day every January 1st, they will gain more ground. And those of us who love this place, us Australophiles, will lose ground. Tony Abbott has a wonderful, short, clear expression to describe Australia. He calls it, quote, an indissoluble Commonwealth with an Indigenous heritage, a British foundation and a migrant character. The words indissoluble Commonwealth are in our Constitution. The other 3 words, Indigenous, British and migrant, are like the legs of a 3-legged stool that supports who we are as a people. And we need all 3 legs or the stool falls over. We need to be happy to be Australians. We need to celebrate our character, Indigenous, British, migrant. And we need to remember, not forget, our birthday every January 1st, our Foundation Day.